Hi, this is Dead Marvel here again with another video. Today we are going to look at my Masteries and what I've put on and maybe explain a couple to you and see what you think. So, at the moment we're on offence. I think we'll start from this side and work our way back. So, the first one is Liquid Courage. So increase the attack of all champions by 30%, but they suffer an eternal poison that drains 1% health each second. So even though you're getting an increase in attack, you're going to suffer health-wise 1%. Then we've got Double Edge. So this increases your attack by 30%, but up to 30% health is lost by bleeding over 20 seconds. So, same again, increase in attack, but loss in health. Now, further down, we've got Recoil. So, every special attack we use, your champions suffer 10%, but they sacrifice 5%. So, we get an increase of 10%, but suffer 5% health for each activation. So, with this, you need to be careful of when you use them, especially when low health, because if you're low health and you try to use it, ultimately you'll end up killing yourself. I try to use the most powerful attack for the champion I'm using, rather than using attacks just for the sake of it. So if I need to save energy to get to 2, maybe 3, the third special, I will do. I won't just use the first one just because it's the most convenient at the time, especially in Alliance War and Alliance Quest, when your health is needed a lot more than you do in maybe arenas, because you don't need to carry it on to the next fight. So yeah, that's that. So that means that you need to understand the attacks of your champions and use the best one you can. So the next one is Glass Cannon. Increase the attack of all champions by 2.4%, but reduce their maximum health by 2.4%. That one, we really only get that so we can start the tree. Same with the Recoil. I mean, you only really get that one so that you can get to Liquid Courage and Double Edge. I always forget the name of that one for some reason. So, you know, even though you only need to get that to get to Liquid Courage and Double Edge, it's still a nice little boost on your attacks. So the next one I've got in the tree is Cruelty. Increase the critical damage of all champions by 50%, and now that's a lot. So that comes in handy when getting critical hits, to utilise the most damage you possibly can. Lesser Cruelty, increase the critical damage of all champions by 10%. So up to 60% in critical damage. Pierce, critical hits from your champions ignore an additional 15% armour. So more of your attacks going to get through because of the armour ignored. Plus with the increase in critical rate damage, sky's endless. Greater Strength. These two are only really just to start the tree off. I mean, it'd been a nice thing to get this one fully ranked, Greater Strength, and get the 8%, but the problem is it'd take 9 mastery points, which isn't ideal, as other avenues can get you greater. And then this is a good one, Courage. Increase the attack of all champions by 15% while they're below 50% health. And I think I'm going to get rank 3 on my next level up from 52 to 53. I shall get another point, so I think I'll use it on this one. So if you're below 50% health, get an increase of 20%. Plus the 60% I'm already getting from Double Edge and the critical rates. So, as Hulk says, you wouldn't like to see me when I'm angry. Now on to defense. Now we'll start with probably the most important defense tree, which is over here, the willpower. So your champions that regenerate 1.5% health and gain 3% armor for each detrimental effect they suffer. So this will tie into Double Edge and Liquid Courage, because whilst you're fighting, your health is going down and down and down and down, even though you've got the 60% increase in attack. So to counteract that, willpower is activated because of the negative effect of Double Edge and Liquid Courage. So this is essential if you're getting them two. You can't have them two without this, otherwise you will just die all the time. Further from that, I have Coagulate. Decrease the effectiveness of enemy bleed effects, reducing their damage by 20%. So when I have any bleed effects on me, I'm getting less damage, and also it activates willpower. So the ratio of willpower to the damage is then increased, so my life will increase more. So that'll probably be my next one. And what I'm forgetting to mention is the fact that these things are highly expensive. Carbonadium Mastery Core, and I believe there are 550 units per one, and I think a lot of these take 2 to unlock for the first rank, and then the second rank's 1, and then the third rank's another 1. So it's a lot of money to invest. I'd recommend playing arenas as much as possible, saving up and getting the credits from opening crystals and doing it that way, because it would take a lot of money to invest in. But I believe it's a good thing to invest in. Other people think that it's not such a good thing because of Alliance Quest level 5. Reason being is there's a lot of heal block nodes. But my answer to that would be maybe use Ultron, because he's immune to bleed and poison. Vision is the same. And then any other character really that's immune to poison, because the bleed only lasts for so long. And you can actually get, I think this one is it, reduce the duration of enemy bleed effects by 10%. So you can get that, plus contact the, yeah, so I think that one's the next one. So you can reduce the duration of bleed, which will then help you not lose as much life with a non-poisoned character if you have Liquid Courage and Double Edge with a heal block node. So we'll go to this one. Stand your ground. While blocking, your champions have a 50% chance to resist a block break. Now, I'm very susceptible to being hit with a block break. I struggle sometimes timing it right, especially when I'm fighting someone maybe in an Alliance Wars or in an arena, because they're less predictable than in Alliance Quests and the normal quest, as obviously they're from other people's characters. So that comes in handy. Next one is while blocking, your champions have a 1% chance to perform a perfect block. I'm not really a blocker. I did have these, but then I rearranged my masteries so I could get Double Edge and Liquid Courage, because I'm more of an offensive person. So maybe I might get that, start getting them as I get higher in level. Also this one, block proficiency. Increase the block proficiency of your champions by up to 8% if you get the full lot. I think these are used for when people are making perfect block teams. Like I said, I don't block so much. Maybe that's why I would struggle if I tried to go onto the what do they call it now? the Legends, Realm of Legends. I believe one of the best characters to use is Star-Lord with a perfect block team, and just rank up that streak and maybe get 500 plus in hits without being hit yourself, and his attack increases ridiculously. But I think you have to have him unlocked as well. You can't do it unless he's duplicated, because it's his signature ability. So then another important one in defense is recovery. So increase the amount of health your champions recover by 15%. So when willpower is activated, or any other healing factor, say Wolverine, Doctor Strange, people like that, Deadpool, it increases whatever percentage they have already by 15%, so that they recover faster. And then also there's salve, so your champions recover 4.0% health twice per second. And I said percent, I mean just 4 health twice per second for 60 seconds. No effect, no robots. So this might not seem a lot, but if you use rank 2s, 2 stars in the arena, then it's quite beneficial. Plus, sometimes the I think the Liquid Courage and Double Edge is, when it activates willpower, it's very close to the amount that you're recovering. In other words, say you could recover 120 health, but you're losing 110 health. So that extra 4 just helps you get that much further away from dying and recovering more health. So that's defense. Now, I haven't put a lot of points into utility, just as much as I need to at the moment. So the first one, Limber, rigorous mental and physical training reduces the duration of enemy stun effects by 8%. So when being stunned, 8% less in time. Maybe that might be a good one to invest in, especially in Alliance Wars and things like that. When you're stunned, you recover faster. So dexterity, evade all attacks while dodging back. Dodging an attack is in this way grants plus 10% critical rate for your next attack. Now the plus 10% in critical rate isn't as that much of a use to me. That's not really why I use this. The reason this is used is when you're dodging back, you can dodge projectiles. If they lunge forward at you, it's easier to dodge. You can be backed up against a wall, swipe back and dodge every attack they send at you. It's probably one of the most important ones on the game, so I recommend getting it. Now, I wouldn't rank it any higher than 1, even for the extra critical rate of 33%. I think it's a waste. You still have dexterity, all you're increasing is the critical rate, and I don't think it's worth it. The next one, which is also another important one, parry. Timing a block right when attacked reduces damage by 20% if contact is made. Stun attackers for up to 1.5 seconds. Stun duration increases with perfect block chance. So, if someone lunges forward at you and you time a block exactly when they hit you, or just before, you can then stun them. It is such a good tool to use, as it just decapitates them. There's nothing they can do. You could literally just stun them, hit them, stun them, hit them, stun them, hit them. It's such a good thing to use on here. So that's my mastery setup. I think the other good thing about the double edge and liquid courage is it increases your rate in the arenas, so you know you can rank up points very fast. And I think that's all I've got to say on my Masteries. Peace.